Welcome to ADI TV. The Lasso tool is a really commonly used tool. I use it quite a bit. Basically, it's like a freehand way of selecting something. So it enables you to draw freehand. Whatever you draw around becomes a selection. So just to demonstrate that, if I just draw around this. Now, there again, it's not very accurate, but you can, with a degree of dexterity, select something with more care and attention if you desire. The same things apply as I said in the previous tutorial about the marquee tool, is if you hold down Shift, you can select multiple objects. So in this instance, I can grab another object around here. And also, if I hold down Alt, you actually see the cursor. If I hold down Alt, the little minus key comes up. And you'll find that with a lot of the tools, that if you hold down the Alt, it does the opposite. So this enables you to delete something or unselect it, as it were. So you see the selection's changed. So if I wanted to get it much tighter to this tyre of this bike, I could just draw an extra bit round. Now, okay, so I messed that up a little bit. And draw it round. Yeah, as I say, it's very broad and very sort of rough. But sometimes that's all you need. You don't need to kind of have the precision of selecting something, really specifically. Now, there's some other tools which are kind of like more newer tools that have been developed with a little bit more detail. So the Lasso tool, as I said, is quite quick. Let's deselect that, and let's talk about some of the other tools. So underneath, with many of these tools, this little dot on the bottom right hand corner indicates there's more tools available. Here we've got a polygon lasso tool. Now this is great for selecting things that have got straight lines. So let's say I wanted to put selection around this kind of window of this van. And what I can do is I can click, and instead of being freehand, it draws point to point to everywhere I click. So if I click in the corner of these windows. So you can see you can get quite a good level of accuracy. If I zoom into that a little bit, pan that down using spacebar to change to the hand tool. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's quite quick for grabbing areas which are kind of more geometric shapes and not so much rounded objects. It's really good. Same things apply. If I hold down Shift, I can select multiple points, so on and so forth. Okay, so those two are now selected. Okay, so I'm going to deselect that. The next up is this magnetic lasso tool. I don't tend to get on with this very well, but I'll demonstrate how it works. So what it does is it looks for an area, and within that area, the size of the brush is actually the area it looks at. It tries to edge detect to get a better selection around the object you're trying to copy around. So if you'll notice in this contextual menu, I've got a width of 50 pixels, and that's the size of the brush. Now we can't see that at the moment because the cursor is in its default mode. Now that's fine for identifying what tool it is, but we need more precision. We need to be in a different cursor mode. Now this works for all the tools. If I press or turn on the caps lock, that gives me a precise tool to see exactly what this tool is actually doing. So you can see that's 50 pixels across. Now if I was to change this number to, let's say 10, and you can see it's a much smaller selection now. Maybe if I go up to 100, you'll see it more dramatically. There you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, it's actually probably a little bit too big, so let's just go back down to 40. I'm going to go around this pillar, and I'm just going to draw sort of around it. I don't need to be mega precise. And you can see it's putting in points for me already. Every now and again it puts in a point. Now you can force it to put an additional point. Sometimes it takes the wrong edge and it goes in the wrong direction. So sometimes you can force it to go in a particular direction by clicking. So I'm clicking just there and it forces a point. Double clicking joins the selection. So, it's pretty good. It's selected that object quite well. So that's a demonstration of that. Let's just zoom out at all. I could use it on this drain cover. And it's pretty quick. But it's really only good if you've got something that's contrasting. If you haven't got anything that's a contrasting edge, then it does struggle. You've also got some different settings, frequency, contrast, and you can mess around with those settings. The School of Arts and Digital Industries at the University of East London.